Thanks, Ryan. I want to introduce Leon Berrett. He is the Associate Director for Public Works. Come on up. Dimitri was unable to be here today, so his supervisor decided to step in. So if you'll give him your time and attention, thank you very much.
Appreciate being here. We have done quite a bit in GIS and operations, but we still have a lot of work to do. So I'll just go through a few slides that Dimitri put together and just talk about a few of the things we're doing now and then a few of the things that we're going to be doing in the future that we're planning on. You may notice that there's some overlapping between engineering and flood control and also planning and development. And other places and the other things that we do in the county. We do have a Public Works GIS coordination team, and we meet on a monthly basis so that we can try to not be duplicating services. We found that, I think it was Della was talking about, that there's, we do have separate GIS systems and servers that are going on, and sometimes the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing, and we get some duplication. So we're really trying to work hard not to do that in Public Works, and with our GIS users group in the county, that helps out a lot. And then also, like Reed talked about, the GIS steering committee is also very beneficial. That's kind of the hierarchy of how the organization is. So let me just show you. We do different things in Public Works and in operations, and this is what we're currently tracking in GIS. Pavement management and road maintenance, snow plowing, traffic, where we have things like street lights and traffic signals and school flashers, weed control, and emergency preparedness. This is just an example of one of the maps that we have. This one in particular talks about overlays. So when we are going to overlay a neighborhood, we put on together a map like this, and then to share with others as well. This one, we do different types of treatment for pavement. We also do chip seal, and we do slurry seal. Those are different types of treatment. If you want to know more about those, you can talk to me later. But those are what you commonly see on your streets when there's road maintenance being performed. And this is a map where, for 2012, kind of our road proposal for our road maintenance, and this puts all the different types of overlay treatments that we're doing together. We share these maps electronically with our contract cities, Taylorsville, Conwood Heights, and Holiday, along with UDOT and utility companies. We do have a semi-annual utility coordination meeting with all the interested parties, and that happens in each fall and spring. And we sponsor that. We actually started having refreshments this last time to hopefully encourage more people to come out, and it worked. We look at potential areas of conflict between agencies. We just, anybody that's ever scratched your head and you drive down a road and they just paved it, and you see the water department coming out and digging a hole in it, it just frustrates you. Just, can't these guys get coordinated? So that's the intent, is to try to avoid those type of things, so that if we can put an overlay off a year, allow the water company or sewer company to come in, do their work, and then go forward. One other thing that we're going to be discussing this coming fall is a coordination on a technical level of between using GIS layers and maybe some software where if somebody is going to be digging in a street, it'll automatically send notifications to all the other utility companies, anybody else that would be involved on that street. Let's see. For example, and then also we can adjust paving schedules and stuff as needed on there. This is just a map that we made up with our snowplow routes. We have 57 different routes in the county, and this helps our guys know a little bit better where they're going. There's different traffic issues that we take care of. We'll have to have that one explained to me. That looks kind of interesting. But we do identify where streetlights are, where signals are, and so forth. We do want to start putting some of our traffic studies on there as well. We also do weed control in the county, and so we've probably progressed more on weed control on a GIS layer than we have in most of the other areas, which is kind of interesting when you think about it. But this identifies different types of weeds and where they're located, and they actually track noxious weeds and try to control those. So as you can see, for example, garlic mustard, I'm sure that's a weed that everybody's acquainted with, right? I've never heard of it. Then we also share, under weed control, we share that information with a number of other parties and agencies. As you can see, there's quite a few. We also, emergency preparedness, we have disaster staging locations that we map out. We have 10 of them located around the valley where we have our public works individuals or employees meet if they can't get back to the Midvale facility in the time of an emergency, like a large earthquake or something like that. We can also use them for staging areas if there's a specific disaster, like a windstorm or something like that, in that area. And so we identify who goes to where. And we have names like this, like, for example, Salt Lake County Equestrian Park is one of our disaster staging locations in that part of the valley. Then also, we have damage assessment areas. So just coincidentally, we use if those look like our snowplow routes, that's because there are snowplow routes. We change the name and call those damage assessment areas. So our guys are already acquainted with the snowplow routes, and if we do have a big earthquake or something where we have to do damage assessments, we already have those same areas, and we went through an exercise on that for the shakeout. And then I'm not sure what this one is. This is where Dimitri had put on where all the gas stations are that accept fuel cards, so that our drivers can know that if they can't get back to the yard to get fuel, they'll know where to go. And this is just some of the maps of our damage assessment areas. This is a blown up portion, I think, of Magna. And future GIS projects that we're going to be doing, sidewalk inventory, we'll be working with Matt on that, curb and gutter inventory, ADA inventory, sign inventory. We already have a great sign program where we maintain all the signs in the county that are under our jurisdiction, but we don't have a GIS layer for it. Street markings, citizens' complaints, and also a county storm drain system. We'll be working with engineering on our county storm drain system, mapping that out so we have GIS layers. I should have brought some holes where storm drains have failed. Have you ever seen some of those sinkholes where there's a truck that's fallen into it and things like that? So it is important, and that's what we're doing. So I'll take any questions at the end, I guess. Thank you.